Barry's music of the reel's going. Barry's into a nice fish. And I reckon this was taken on the pace, wasn't it, Barry? Was it on that sardine paste you made up? I heard the music of the reel. I heard the music of the reel, Barry. Oh, lovely, look at that. Oh. That's on the centre pin as well, beautiful. Do you reckon it's a good fish?
Oh, I do.
Oh, look at that. He liked that bit of paste, didn't he? Must have been the oils coming out of it. Ooh. Oh, Barry, you've got a good fish on here. This could be the double that you've been after.
It might be.
The way that's looking, that looks like a double to me. Look at it go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, the music of the reel. Oh, look at the bend in the rod. Is that an 8 Mark IV compound?
No, this is
What have you got? What have you got on that one? I like the way you just offset it like that. It's nice, isn't it? It's nicely offset, controlling with the thumb. This is what you're after. You're after a fish like this, aren't you, Barry? Oh,
this feels quite good.
I tell you, you got a lump there, mate. This is a lump. How's the reel doing? Is it holding up?
Yeah, fine.
And I'll do the netting for you. I think this could be. Do you want me to bring that one in?
Yeah, I think it might be as well.
So what rod are you using, Barry?
This is the Dave Stewart All-Rounder.
Oh, you've got the Dave Stewart Special. Oh, you've got no bait on there, I don't think. Where have you? Oh no, you got your meat. Let's get that out of the way. Oh, you brought your bite alarm with you as well.
Hey?
You brought your bite alarm with you.
This is heavy, I can tell the way it's moving.
I think you've got a double figure there, mate. On the peg.
I thought I'd lost it for the minute.
Pectoral. If it hits the pectoral, you know it's a big fish. I reckon you've got a big fish on here. Well, you got a first bite that kind of came off, didn't it? Yeah. Oh yeah, I've got this on video. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing this fish. I'm just hoping it's a double figure wild carp. That's what I'm after.
Well,
Don't you think? It looks big enough. I think you might have landed a good fish here, Barry. What pound line are you using?
It's about
11?
About 12.
12, oh, that should be okay. You've got to keep it away from these reeds though. Got a nice open swim here though, haven't you? Look at that go, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it go. Whoa. I love to see the bend in that rod. Was that the one that you caught your salmon with this year? Or was that a different rod?
That was the other one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've caught salmon on this one as well.
Yeah, it's very nice.
What, this is a happy fish.
I promise you, this is no small fish coming in there.
No, I don't think it is.
This has got to be the biggest carp you've had out of here, isn't it?
Well, it certainly feels heavy.
Look at the bend in the rod and it wants to go. I reckon it's a wildie as well. It could be a double figure wildie. Oh, 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 Barry, Barry, Barry. This is a good fish. This is a very good fish. In windy conditions, we were thinking about not coming out, weren't we? You've got a lump. Oh, you've actually got a big mirror. This is a big mirror. Wow, Barry. You've got one of the big mirrors in here. I'd like to see this, how big this, look at it go. That could be 20 pounds.
I don't know.
It looks like it could be 20 pounds to me. That's a big fish. That is a very big fish. No, if you get his head up, just drag him back in. It's not quite right. Just drag him, walk back, walk back. It's not quite ready. Up. Oh, oh! I think this is a 20.
It's a big old lump, Paul.
It's a 20.
It is a big one, isn't it?
It's a 20. You've got scales.
I haven't got the scales with it. It's a
Right.
big old lump, isn't it?
Let's do it over here because I've got the mat over here. I promise you, this is a 20.
20, isn't it? Look
I think you've got a 20. You've got a 20. Do
my son's scales.
you want to get the mat, Barry? If you get the mat.
That's a big one, Paul.
It is. It's a shame I haven't got my weigh net. I promise you, the way that was fighting, you've just taken out one of the big carp in this lake. I promise you, that is 20, maybe more than 20.
That is a big one, Paul, isn't it?
I'll give you 20 plus on this. Should we have a look at where did you hook him? Oh, look, he took that bread right down, didn't he? Taking, oh no, right on the edge. Look on the hair rig. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. He's right on the edge.
That paste, Paul.
I'm going to try it.
Hey?
I'm going to try it.
It's deadly. Hey?
On a small little hook as well.
Yeah, that's got to be 20, isn't it?
I think it's bigger, to be honest with
All
you.
the way, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah,
Barry.
Look at the size of that fish.
It's a beauty. It's pristine condition as well.
Look at that.
It's lovely.
Look at the size of that mouth.
What we'll do is we'll take it out of the net. Then we'll get some pictures, shall we? I promise you, this is 20... I'll give you 22, 23 for that, maybe 24.
Big, isn't it?
It's a lump. It looks deceptive, but it's a lump.
Look at the size of that.
It's the girth that gets you.
Take some photos of it.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that.
Look at the girth on it. Let's just put it on.
Look at the size.
No, I'm saying to you, look at the girth of it.
Look at it.
Barry. No wonder you had a good fight with it. I got a feeling I might have got smashed up by something like this the other day.
Oh,
But that's a lateral mirror, and it's an absolute stunner. It needs a picture, that's for sure.
yeah, right.
Have you got your camera, Barry? Because mine's
I'll
playing
get
up.
it, yeah.
You've got to be happy with that. You've got to be happy with that, my son. Did that take you? I'm going to try the paste. Was it a big lump of paste, Barry? Yeah. Well, he's behaving himself. He's behaving himself as well. Yeah. I would actually kneel there and hold it with a mat underneath the mat, and I'll take a picture with the lake in the background if you like. What's your biggest carp, Barry?
About 18, I think.
This is smashed your PB.
I think so, yeah.
I wish we had the scales. I'm going to give you 22 for that. I reckon it's a 22 personally.
Just get this. Look at the size.
Honestly, when you pick that up,
Hang on, I'll put these glasses down here a minute.
you're not being vain, are you, Barry? You're not being vain, are you? That's it. Keep it nice. That's lovely. Oh, Barry. If you can hold it, can you get underneath the back of the hand so I can see the back? If you can get underneath it that way, present it that way, that's it. Then I can see the whole fish.
It's massive.
Oh, Barry. Okay, you can look up if you like. I'll take one. Let me take one this sideways. You can tilt it towards me a bit. That's it. Tilt it towards me, so the back's coming out towards us a bit more.
What, like that?
Yeah, you see more of the fish then. And if you can get your head as low as possible. Let's have a look. That's lovely. Okay, and again, look up. Do I just press the same button again? There's two. Let's get his girth. Gotta get his girth. That's it. Hold it towards me.
Hold it.
If you hold it, that's it. Now just lift his head up a little bit. That's it. I'll get you and the fish in there. That's a beauty. One on the mat?
Yeah, go on, Paul. He's
You've
got a
got to
lump on him.
Yeah, let's turn him round.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's a beauty.
Oh, that's a big fish, that is.
What a lump. What a lump,
a
Barry.
lump that is, isn't it, Paul?
Let's get him on there. If you just spread his fin so we can see the full fin, open that fin up like that, that makes it look even better. That's it. And just bring this.
Yeah.
If you can hold that with your finger, hold that with your finger.
Can I hold it? Get that
That's
like
it.
that?
Can you hold that with your finger or not? And just, that's it. That's beautiful. Just open its tail. Then you can see the beauty of this fish. Oh, that's it. Just keep it. Got it. Got it.
Oh, that hasn't come out very well, is it?
It has. No, look, look. Oh, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Just look. Okay, I've got it. Barry, just stand behind. Barry, stand behind. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? What a big carp! 22 pound, maybe 23. Okay, if you can put the net underneath, Barry, we'll slip him on underneath there. That's it.
Oh, that is a lunker. Isn't that, Paul?
And if I carry this,
It's as big as I've ever had.
and then we've got nice support for him. Slip him back in my swim or down here?
Take him up here.
Okay.
Yeah. That bait's deadly.
Barry, what can I
Charlie,
say? What can I say? Handmade by Barry. I love it. I love it. I love your ingenuity.
Screamer, wasn't it?
I thought it was a wild carp. I thought it was a big. Right, let's slip him back.
Look at the size of that carp. I can't
Honestly,
believe it.
honestly, it's a big fish.
Yeah.
Now, if you just bear with me a second, if I just move it out of the way. Now, you want to get his.
Right, yeah.
Just turn its. It'll be fine. Just give him a couple of minutes to recover.
Look at the size of that back.
I promise you, I've got an underwater camera, but it's not very clear.
And it's got to be, as you say, 20, hasn't it?
22, 23. All the weight's in the top end. The girth is the weight.
Yeah. I could feel when the way it went, it was
Wow,
heavy.
Barry, I'm so
Did you
proud.
hear the way the reel went?
So pleased
Is it
with
all
you.
on the video,
Oh,
that
yeah.
screaming?
When that went
Nearly
off.
took the rod in.
Oh, Barry, I think he's ready. Shall we let him slip out? If you just drop the front of the net, keep his head, bring him up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it. Bring him up a little bit. There he goes. Off he goes. Yeah, he's happy. He's happy.
Thanks, Paul.
Can I just congratulate you on the biggest fish out of this lake, mate.
Thank you very much.
And your PB by £5.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, definitely.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Well, is there another one lurking? Is there another one lurking?
Yeah, that's my secret weapon, Paul.
I am. I'm going to have a look how you do it now. Let's show the viewers how you do it.
On hair rig, that. I didn't put it on hair rig, I just moulded it on.
On the hook?
Yeah.
Let's see how you've done it. Let's have a look at your setup.
Screamer, wasn't it?
I heard it go off. The music of the reel, I thought, that's not Barry bringing in his reel, I'll tell you. That's fantastic though, isn't it?
That's good, that just goes to prove that bait works, you see.
Can you imagine if I would have had that on the
When we have another session, I'll make up a load, Paul.
I think you're going to have to,
I'll
aren't you?
make up some of that.
Tell you what, that fish has never seen anything.
That fish
He hasn't seen anything like it before, that's why.
No, he hasn't. That's
why I went for it. Well, you're going to use this rod?
Yeah, I'll put that on again.
You want to get your glasses? Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all happening here in windy conditions as well. In windy conditions, Barry. Free line method as well. With the one. Well, let's just go through the method. Show us your method, Barry. Let's tuck in behind these. We get in behind this here. We'll lose the wind factor. Right. Okay,
here
Barry.
We have, there's a hair rig on here.
Let's have a look.
It's about, I should say, a good 2 foot trace.
What size is your hook?
Oh, I think that's probably about a 10, I would think.
So you've got a 10 with a little hair rig. Barry ties his own hair rigs.
Yeah.
And you've got what, £10 line on there?
Yeah, I think it's about
Fluorocarbon?
10. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Then you've got a barrel swivel.
Let's look
And
at
the one swan shot the reel line side of the barrel swivel.
What's the point of having the barrel swivel?
Well, personally, I like it because it saves any kinking and which you can sometimes get.
Okay.
I like it's an anti-kink device.
An anti-kink device, and the weight is basically just to hold on the deck. So
just to give it
on the deck,
that's
and a bit of weight. Okay,
because
and
the waters we're fishing aren't really that deep, so.
And you're looking at £12 main line all the way through.
Yeah.
Talk us about your reel and your rod. What have you got there?
Well, the reel's traditional centre pin. It's
is that a rapider?
Rapidex. It's a Young's Rapidex, and I bought this in probably around about 1964. I would think. Paid a £5 for it, brand new.
Wow! And I've actually ordered one today for myself on eBay.
Oh, brilliant! You won't be disappointed. Believe you me.
I'm going to be so happy, Barry. So happy. Yeah.
Fish off the reel, and when you hear the check go.
Oh, that was superb.
Magical.
Oh, superb. And the rod you've got, Barry, what's your rod?
Well, that is, I bought that once again, it's around about the same era. That's a Dave Stewart all-rounder.
It's a beauty, isn't it? And you've had salmon with that as well?
Yeah, salmon a lot. It's got obviously, it's an old...
Let's have a look at it.
Vintage rod, got a brass
It's
ferrule.
got the original rings on it. Brass ferrule. I'll tell you one thing, the bend in that rod, the action was fantastic. It's so beautiful. I'd normally anticipate, when I'm fishing rivers, I'd normally expect to be fishing this technique. But on the lake, bringing that onto the lake, I know you can't cast it very far, can you? Which is a downside.
No, you can't.
But when you're margin fishing, who needs to worry about it?
Right.
You know.
I mean, you could throw out sort of about sort of 30 foot, 40 foot, something like that. You know, if you're not fighting against the wind, it's quite good enough really on these. If you're fishing a bigger water, then of course that's where you have to use a fixed ball with a rear drag. But
I do so much marginal fishing, Barry. That's why I went for
I think.
And do you know what? You can sat there and you can come and talk to me. All you hear is the reel singing, and you can run to it. But as long as you run within about 10 seconds, you still got it.
It's like hearing the top of the pops, isn't it? The number one.
I tell you what, that is fantastic. The bend in the rod. So you've got the beef down this end, and you've got the sensitivity at the end. It looked good. It looked lovely. Yeah.
The beauty with these rods, boys, it's like they're sort of traditional back to the 60s, like a Mark IV Avon. You got a through action right the way through. Even when you're into a good fish, even the corks.
Well, that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to get myself a Mark IV Avon, like you've got the compound.
Yeah, the compound tape.
You can't get the Avon.
Yeah, the big James, the split cane.
Split cane, but they're much more expensive, and also they can set, can't they?
You've got to watch. You've got to handle them with care because it's quite easy to put a set in them, and if you handle them.
I think the old fiberglass. I mean, that's lasted 50 years, and it's still nailing fish. It's that 22, 23 pound carp. I wish I had the scales. I'm guessing 22. That's the biggest fish I've seen out of here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the last fish I had out of here was nearly 17. It was a wild carp.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking to take out big mirrors out of here on this rig, fantastic. And that fought really well, but it handled it so well, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Didn't it handle it well?
Oh yeah, I was very pleased, I must admit.
Now, are you gonna...
Forgotten what it's like to get a big one on.
What I'd like to ask you, Barry, if it's okay, do you want to share your secret top bait tip with the viewers, or do you want to keep it close to your chest?
Well, as I say, it's bread paste, obviously bread, but I've got an additive to it, so I think I'm going to...
Keep the additive secret?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
so you've got to you've got to be in the circle if you want to know what's going on.
That's correct, Paul.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Barry. Thanks for sharing that. We've still got an hour and a half left
yeah,
of the session,
so let's see if you can get one now.
Barry's very kindly, Barry's very kindly given me some of his special paste. He's told me what's in it. I'm not going to share that with the viewers, but let's just see what goes on, and we'll see how
let's
we go.
hope it's not just a one-off, Paul.
I don't think it will be. Thanks, Barry.
So something like that, I'd pull that through a piece of meat, something like that. Also pull that through with the hair out there and put a bait stop on it. But
right.
Rather than, I'm being a bit lazy-minded here, rather than change to get rid of the hair and put an ordinary hook on, I'm just moulding.
I want to see the size of how much. You're not actually using a lot.
Not a lot, really.
It's a pinch, really, isn't it?
Just putting that in there like that.
Yep.
Moulding it right round the hook.
Yep.
I tighten this right up so it's just nice there now, so it's just like that.
Let's have a little look. So that is just covering the hook. The hook's in the centre. There's no hook point showing.
No.
But as soon as that fish runs off with it and eats it, then what you're telling me is it just basically
it's away. Yeah.
It's just away. It just hooks itself.
It's away. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That small, ladies and gentlemen, it's only a small piece of bread. I was thinking it'd be a lungy great big piece. That's all it is. It's just a weight. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I'll put one on there and see how we get on. I've got
give
some.
it a go.
Yeah. Thanks, Barry.
Definitely give it a go.
At last. On the pole. That was a big lump of meat. Oh, this is a big fish.
Brilliant.
I'm so pleased. It's been patiently waiting, but that one just took off. The paste is definitely getting interest, but the paste may have acted as an attractor. I put some paste out there. Barry, can you help me take in this rod? Yeah, because it's just a little bit. If that goes, if it goes into the. Yeah. So I think we've got a big carp on here. I'm not sure how big, but I've got to keep away from those reeds. But this looks like I've waited patiently. I've put a lot of pellets out, but I want to see how big he is. But I think he's not bad. So I don't know how big he is, but he's fighting well. Well, I'll come back a bit. That wind is. I've waited very, very patiently for this fish. Yeah, if you can take that, that'd be good. He's going for a run.
Accident waiting to happen.
Oh, look, there he goes. There he goes. Oh, that's lovely. Right on the money, and the pole's handling it pretty well. So I stepped up the size of the hook, and I stepped up the size of the meat, and eventually, bang, off it went. Let's try and get his head up if I can. I don't know how big he is yet, because I haven't seen him yet. He won't let me get his head up, but I think it's decent. I hope we've got a few big carp in our vicinity here. It would be nice, wouldn't it? Get another double figure. Barry had a 22, 23. This one just doesn't want to get his head up, but I think it's a good fish. You know when you start feeling the petrel fins when they turn?
Yeah.
They're normally big fish that do that.
It's a good fish,
but I've put enough bait out there. I've put the pellet out there, your paste out there, I've put the sweet corn out there. I've just...
It's the time of night again now, you see.
Well, it's the witching hour. It's the witching hour, but the elastic, look at the elastic go. I just think this could be that's a nice fish actually. It's a wild carp, I think.
Wild?
I think it's a wildie. It looked like a big wildie to me. Maybe looked quite a good size, I have to admit. Oof! Look at the pole go, Barry. Look at that. Well, the centre pin. Yeah, I mean the centre pin's something else, but pole fishing is interesting. But he's behaving himself. He's not overstretching me. He could have taken off the other side of the lake, but yours must have stripped off. What, halfway across the lake, didn't it? The way that reel was going. But look at this, look, he wants to go, he's taking me. This is a good fight. Look at the size of his tail, Barry, this is a big fish. This is a big wildie. Did you see the tail on it? He just waved at us. Big tail, which I think is a big wildie. Oh, I'd love it. My goal is a 20-pound wild carp, Barry, you know that. That's what I'm after. But this is a big fish. But I say I put some really big, the biggest halibut pellets I could get hold of as ground bait, and it meant that all the other small fish couldn't eat it. So there's a whole load of food there for the big carp when they're ready for it.
Yeah, because it's amazing the amount that you've got a like small bream and rudd and roach, and that's amazing the amount of bait that they do take.
Yeah. Oh look, he's powering off again. Well, I was knocking out bream after bream after bream on the sweet corn, and I thought, right, if I go for a big lump of meat, we'll see what happens. And then patience was, oh look, look,
Look at that.
that's
Oh.
smashed. Did you see the power? That was a very big fish, Barry.
You left me with nothing in there.
Oh, he's taking my elastic. He's taken the lot.
Oh.
Smashed me. This is what I bought a second elastic, isn't it? Oh well.
Oh, so
That was a Barry. That was a big fish. Wait, that was for that to smash. I've had an 18 on or 17 on this twice.
Oh.
That just decided to turn and run. Look, he's taken the elastic right. The elastic's come up completely.
He lost a lot.
Lost a lot. I can't believe he's taken the whole elastic. Surely not. I think that must have just snapped the elastic. It was that powerful.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Ping.
I couldn't believe what I heard. It's a bit like I had at that other lake up in Barrie at time, and suddenly it's like it took me, just kept going and going, and on the pin, and I heard pop, just like a pistol shot. That's such a long line.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Do you know what? He decided to turn and run, and I thought I'd nowhere to go. I cut my. You see,
shameful.
You see, I cut my elastic, Barry. I cut my elastic down half because of the landing problem.
Yeah.
But if I ever kept the elastic on, I would have still be playing that fish now.
Yeah.
But I would have a job landing it. This is the downside. But let's say we've still got an hour left this session.
Yep. Oh,
Let's.
I'm
I'll have to re-rig this pole for another session. I do like pole fishing, but that's the only problem is that sometimes you can lose really good fish.
Yeah, that's the trouble. You can't.
So let's just look and see if there's any elastic left in here. Oh look, there's some.
Well, did it break in that actual elastic?
He must have snapped the elastic. He did. He smashed the elastic. Look. Smashed the elastic. Bing. And look, that's the strongest elastic. That's the strongest elastic you
like
can possibly.
Indelible, it leaves like an indelible scar.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Oh, sorry.
Oh well, we've still got some time. But that was a big fish, though, Barry.
It was good.